we interrupt this program to bring you...
How's it going, guys? I'm back for some more Creep TV, and you might be asking why. It's because I just can't get enough of this game. No, but really, it's because I have a very special guest with me, if you'd introduce yourself.
Yeah, hello there, Jake. I'm actually the creator of this game back in the day, and I'm David Lindecrantz from Sweden.
Yeah, he's all the way from Sweden. Long way away from me.
Yeah.
So, you were the lone developer of this game, right? You didn't have like a team, or?
Well, I said on your channel there because I was actually scouting the internet for any trace of this game, because I was sort of doing a resume, and I found your channel, and I had to I felt like I had to comment, and I said that I was the lone developer, and what I meant really was that I was the lone programmer, and really the guy that did the game. But of course, I wasn't completely alone. This was sort of of course, Cartoon Network was involved, and then we had basically one guy helping out with the graphics, basically doing most of the graphics. He's called Niklas Malmqvist, and he actually works. Maybe you know about the Candy Crush game, Candy Crush Saga.
I've heard of it, but
yeah, it's sort of a really big thing now for some reason. It's basically just another Bejeweled clone, but it's really everywhere now.
It's a clone of what?
Bejeweled.
Oh, yeah. I know for sure. I've heard of this.
It's the same game as Zookeeper as well, and a lot of other games. Anyways, he was doing a lot of the graphics, and there was one guy basically handling the script together with the Cartoon Network guys, and he's called Frederick. And there was also sort of a project lead called Nick Sacalario. But I was basically the lone guy then. When everything was set up, we had sort of the cleared the script, the characters and so on. I was just...
So you were like the lead programmer. You programmed every...
Yeah, I was the only programmer. So when everything was set up, I just locked myself for, I guess, 6 weeks. Locked myself up and did it. And it actually was. I mean, we did one game before this called The Envelopes, Please, also starring the Cartoon Network characters. So that was sort of based. That was the first game I made totally by myself. But then this was the follow-up, and we could polish it a bit more and so on. But I mean, there is a backstory to all this, why we did those games for Cartoon Network, because we had a little company, sort of an internet startup in Sweden called Netbabyworld, which was actually I think it was a pretty neat sort of flash shockwave game site in the late 90s. With sort of charming characters, and I think there are some traces.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask you, because like I was curious if you were like employed by Cartoon Network, or if you were working with them, or...
Yeah,
but you were a part of a company and they came to you, right?
Yeah, exactly. We had this internet startup called Netbabyworld.
Netbabyworld.
And we did... I think you can find some stuff on those things we did, maybe somewhere on some corner of internet. But we did this sort of flash games, and we had sort of this Japanese retro, but with a twist aesthetic. And then we sort of ran out of venture capital, so we were looking for sort of contract work, and we for some reason hooked up with the Cartoon Network to do... Actually, for 1 year we would do 6 games for them, and I made 3 of those. And so we did...
That was this game, The Envelopes, and that one Toonami game?
Yeah, exactly. And I think the Toonami game isn't available anymore. It's a real... I mean, it's quite amazing that this game still is here, actually.
Well, it's an amazing game. I mean, like, this game, like, I'll be honest here, it looks like it could be on, like, a console. It looks like a full...
Yeah.
Like, on my...
I mean, yeah, I mean, the inspiration really was the Super Nintendo, obviously. It's we sort of wanted to do... I think what we wanted to do was a mixture between sort of the SNES RPG games, like the Squaresoft games, and sort of Earthbound and so on.
Oh, Earthbound was an inspiration?
Yeah, I think so. Sort of the a bit... I mean, if you take sort of the typical Japanese RPG style from the Secret of Mana games and so on, and mix that with a bit of the sort of American flavor, sort of the Earthbound feels more American. It is Japanese, of course, as well. So we wanted to mix that style with sort of the old point-and-click style from, you know, the Monkey Island games and all the Sierra Online games and so on. So yeah, that was the inspiration, but it's really sort of obviously console style.
Yeah, because in my other video, in my actual like playthrough of this game that I did, people are actually saying in the comments, they were asking, like, they thought this game was on a GameCube or a Game Boy or something. And I was like, yeah, that's so true. This game feels like it could be on a console. You guys did a fantastic job with this game.
Yeah. Actually, in this room, I was quite amazed by the things you said in this room, that you sort of was a bit creeped out by this special room.
Oh,
I think you said that's really funny.
You remember that from my video? Yeah, it was just like...
Yeah.
There was nothing in this room, and I was just like waiting for something to pop out at me or something as a kid.
Yeah.
Like you.
And actually, one more thing in that room, really, I that was one touch that I really had to do. That is a clear inspiration of the games that I mentioned, like the Secret of Mana game and the also Chrono Trigger. That in every room that there is a bed, you can always, you know, slip.
Yeah, like
slip
you can
down
slip in the bed and
beneath.
like kind of sleep in it.
Yeah, I'm quite satisfied.
The whole item inventory kind of thing you had set up, it's actually really like just unlike any other Flash game I've played.
Yeah, I mean, it's again, we wanted to do the adventure style of game of LucasArts. You know, the Monkey Island, of course. You had the adventure, and you can use. I mean, basically, you can use. I'm quite satisfied with that you can use an item on an item, and you can also use an item on the environment.
Yeah, it's really like neat, and just like all the possibilities you could do with all the items.
Yeah, and then again, I mean, actually the engine is sort of, I mean, maybe it sounds sort of a bit too big to call it an engine, but I mean, of course, there's some kind of engine under the hood.
Yeah, that's for every game.
Driving the game, and it's pretty flexible. You could do I mean, you can actually do like Monkey Island.
Really?
In the game engine. Yeah, I mean, that was sort of the standard that I compared. I mean, all the actions you would be able to use, so pretty much you could.
I'm kind of curious, what triggers the mailman coming? Do you remember, or because it seems like it's just random, or?
I was thinking about that yesterday as well. If it's that you have to sort of go through a set number of doors, maybe switch rooms, so to speak, a couple of times, or if it's actually just time.
Yeah, it seems like it's time sometimes. I could never figure that out.
Yeah.
So one thing I cover a lot on my channel is like beta elements and like prototype versions of games. I have like a whole series based on that, and I'm just wondering if there's like any like secrets behind the scenes that you'd like to share that were like didn't make the cut in the game or anything. Is there anything like that, or?
Yeah, I mean, actually there is. I was wondering how I would slip those kind of things in, but now you served it up. It's actually in the draft for the game. It was supposed to be a bit more of an action game, actually. So you could actually shoot the ghosts, and you still can.
Yeah, with the remote.
Yeah, and you would actually also have sort of a score counter and sort of I mean, you would get score for shooting ghosts and also for some other things, and there would actually be a high score list and so on. And one little secret that is that I left in here is you can actually turn on the score display. So if you type on the keyboard da score, DA, and then a capital S, and then CORE. Yeah.
Nice. I bet.
So there's the ghost zapped count, and I mean, yeah, it will. I think the counter still works, but you need to activate the remote first. Do you have the batteries in the remote now?
Oh yeah, I got the screwdriver. Don't I use a screwdriver on the? Oh no, I used the. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, exactly. And then the battery on the remote.
And the battery on the remote. There we go.
Yeah. So now we can shoot with the shift key.
The shift key.
Yeah.
Is there
now,
any ghosts around that I could test this out on?
Yeah, maybe they got out of here now. They will reappear when you have been into television the first time, though.
Okay.
So you zap it.
Oops. So I just zap it?
Yeah. That's one other thing, you know, those transitions where the screen gets all pixelated and stuff.
Yeah.
That is also, I mean, a pure Super Nintendo inspiration. You know, we always had these transitions on the Super Nintendo. And this is sort of a bit bizarre, a bit psychedelic, that you actually travel between these worlds in the television. And, you know, you get all these, the interference and so on. I think actually, if I were a little kid, I think I would sort of like that, or I think it's a bit spooky.
Yeah, it's really interesting, and it's like, especially that scene with the duck, it's just really like creepy and eerie with the static and everything.
Yeah,
and I feel like you really did the show Courage the Cowardly Dog justice because you really captured that creepy like essence.
Yeah,
and it feels like a Courage game. That's probably the biggest thing I love about this game.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear that. I mean, it's yeah, I think we did it justice, and again, I can't take the credit for the sort of the script development. It wasn't my work, but it's I think it's kind of, for its scope, it sort of makes the show justice, I think.
Yeah, it got the, okay, now we can test that. Oh yeah, it does work.
Yeah, wow, 1 point, 2 points.
Let's get a high score here.
Yeah, that's probably the best score anyone got in the last few years. I mean, I think actually I'd never told anyone this before, so this is world news. I think actually no one, even on my team,
knew about this. You just like kind of.
Yeah.
Oh, that is so cool. You heard it here first, folks. A Jake and Rocker 13 exclusive.
And actually, since also, I mean, this was made in, I think, 2001. I lost all the original source code and everything for this, so I couldn't even remember it myself when I thought about it yesterday. So I actually had to go in and reverse engineer the binary, the flash file here, to retrieve those codes. And that was a trip down memory lane to actually watch the source of the game.
I bet it was just like pure, just like nostalgic and memories going through all that code.
Yeah, it was fun. I mean, as I said earlier, it was my first real sort of own game that I handled myself. And at the time, I mean, I'm not really a programmer by trade. I mean, it just happened. I got the offer to, can you do it? And I was like,
yeah, I guess so. How long did it take you? I don't know if you said that yet, or...
I think 6 weeks.
6 weeks? Wow, that's impressive, actually. I would have thought way longer.
No.
Also, is Cartoon Network the biggest company that offered you, like, to make a game for them, or...?
Yeah, I mean, we did our own stuff, as I said, and that was sort of the main thing we had going. And then we did those games, and we also did some more contract work for, I think it was Diesel Jeans. We did some advertising games as well. And
Are those
sort
like Flash games too? And
yeah, it was this. Maybe this is really old sort of internet lore, but we did this sort of ad campaign starring Super Greg, the DJ.
Super Greg.
Super Greg, #1.
Yeah, and that is sort of, yeah, you can probably find that on YouTube. So we did a couple of games based on this character, and also, I mean, this games company we had was a part of a pretty interesting advertisement agency in Sweden. So we did, I mean, the TV campaign also, and it was, yeah,
Wow.
that was the game. Yeah, we did some other stuff, but I mean, this is probably the most, I mean, the games that most people played in the end, because it was on Cartoon Network.
Yeah, and Cartoon Network, like, kids love Cartoon Network.
Yeah, I mean, actually, I have no real relation to Cartoon Network in Sweden.
Yeah, that's why I was kind of curious if...
Yeah, but no, I mean, I hadn't seen those characters before we did the game. It was,
Oh, you haven't...
but,
Like, before you did this game, you haven't seen Courage or anybody?
No, it was new stuff to me.
That is really... Wow, so...
Yeah, maybe that's weird. But I mean...
So did, like, the
actually,
scriptwriters have to, like, research the show and everything before they wrote the script and everything?
Yeah, I mean, sort of the main outline came from the Cartoon Network guys, and then we developed it into a workable game. So, I mean, and we had sort of we did the game before, starring basically all kinds of characters.
Yeah,
the envelopes game. That's just a gallery of characters, basically. So we sort of got hang of the characters. But again, I wasn't involved in the early sort of phase of the script writing.
Mm-hmm.
But
you did all the hard work. You did all the programming and.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Actually, there was one more secret code that I didn't have time to share.
Well,
with
we
you.
got all the time in the world. Share.
Yeah.
Please share.
Yeah. So it's actually one more thing. I mean, you can do the tutorial here because you have to sort of be out in the.
Oh.
On the
I shouldn't have
to...
done the tutorial.
Yeah.
Oops. Here.
Actually,
quick.
the tutorial was a pain in the butt to program because it was the first thing I did, and it's sort of actually the most complex scripting in the game.
Really? It seems real so simple.
I mean, it is simple, but for me, it was
at the time, or
yeah, and it's actually with the most interactions, and sort of the game tells you what to do and then scrolls around and stuff. So it was the most time consuming actually. But it's again. And you know, sort of how the screen shakes,
yeah,
based on the script and so on. So, but anyway, I mean, one thing that we wanted to capture here was sort of that you are just here in the middle of nowhere, in this desert, basically. I guess you're somewhere in the Midwest or something. I don't know really the location, but it's typical American Midwest.
Yeah, it's like. Mm-hmm.
So we wanted to capture this sort of old thing you can see in some games, that you can leave the sort of the place that you're in, and you can just walk and get nowhere. But here you can see you can't really go further. But in the original script you could, just to explore, and I have actually left that code in there as well. So if you type Mirage, M-I-R-A-G-E.
M-A-R.
M-I, like a mirage.
M-I-R, and then...
A-G-E.
Go.
Yeah.
This is so cool.
So then you unlock the sort of the whole desert. And I mean, the first thing about it is that you can go sort of anywhere and it's nothing there, but then when you return, immediately you come back to the house. And that's sort of also this kind of I don't know how to explain it really, but this
Just like it's endless and like.
Yeah, but then you come back. You come back immediately, and that's sort of you can see this thing in some old games, like you go into this sort of spooky wood area.
Yeah,
I
can think of a lot of games that do that. Like.
Yeah, I think the
and it's kind of like a maze, kind of, and it's.
Exactly, but yeah, but actually there are some hidden stuff in the desert.
Do you know exactly where it is, or?
I don't remember how you get there. I guess sort of you have to go like 2 steps to the right and then 5 steps to the south or something. And then there are actually 2 things you can find. You can find a pair of glasses somewhere, and they're just, you know, a couple of pixels hiding in the desert in the sand.
Are they hard to see, or?
No, I mean you see them. I think the hard thing is to actually find the right screen, and I don't know where. I mean, I tried to dig it out in the source code, but I couldn't find it. We really hit it well because it was the Cartoon Network guys didn't know about it, and they
See,
wanted
that's
to
what I
clear.
love.
And they wanted to clear everything in the game, and it was like, yeah, we really want to do this, but we have to, you know, really hide it. So we did it sort of in secrecy. But there are 2 screens. You can find these glasses, and you can also find this oasis. And I think you have to be able to find the oasis. You need to find these glasses because it is this kind of magic glasses that make you see stuff in the desert. So there are some hidden stuff there, and then you can find in that oasis, you can actually find a secret note that you can read with some message from us.
I really want to find this now.
Yeah, well, hopefully you can mobilize your fans now to
yeah, just go out and post a video response. If just go out and find this, because I'm really interested.
Yeah, there is one of the things are to the north, and the other thing is to the south. But I don't know how far you need to go.
It's not just random, like you can just keep going.
No, it's very precise how you need to go get there. So
boy.
Probably, yeah. I mean, it's not. I mean, probably it's possible that no one will ever find this, and I kind of like that. It's sort of this.
Are you challenging us, David, to go out and find this?
Yeah, I am. I would think out of a special prize for you guys if you find it. If you find the secret message, drop me a message on this video comments, and we'll
figure it
get
out.
Something really special
from David himself, the man himself.
Yeah. That's.
I love how you put all this secret code in here.
Yeah, those are the 2 things I could remember.
Is there a lot more that you just can't remember, or is this pretty much all it?
I think those are the 2 codes you can type in. I don't think there's any more codes. I think there are some more hidden messages and stuff if you just, you know, examine every square. Yeah, you know, it was a long time ago.
I'm gonna be playing this game all day now, looking for all these messages.
Yeah.
I want that secret prize from you, David. So, yeah, that's pretty much it then?
Yeah, I think so.
You want to talk about your more recent projects that you've done? Because you were telling me about these earlier, you're developing for the iPhone and...
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm sort of... I'm doing a bit of everything nowadays. Actually, I mean... Yeah, I did this iPhone app called One Bit Camera, which in the same vein as this game, it's sort of really... It's really to, you know, scratch my love for the old computers and old game consoles. So this One Bit Camera app that I did last year it's really an homage to the old Macintosh computer and the old Game Boy camera. So you can please check that out.
Yeah, it's only $1, I believe.
Yeah, Yeah, it is, and I'm actually working on an update for that now.
Nice. Yeah, it's you can do a lot of creative stuff with it. So,
yeah, it's pretty fun, and I'm working on a new version with that will incorporate animation, so you can do like.
Oh,
stop
that's gonna be
motion
like
and,
really cool.
Yeah, I think
It's gonna be stop
it's,
motion or like actual video.
It's gonna be both. Yeah, and I'm gonna do some more stuff. I mean, it's hobby stuff, so I don't have all the time in the world to put
Yeah,
on
it's just
it,
like
but,
hobby stuff.
Yeah, and yeah, hopefully I'll do some more game related stuff.
Yeah, I would love to see more games because like I love this game, and you got to make more games, man. Come on, you could be a famous game dev.
Yeah, yeah. Hopefully, I mean, I'm actually trying to steer my my career, so to speak, in that direction again. I really love games. It's how I grew up, and yeah, you can't really. I mean, once you have been bitten by the game bug, it's
The game bug, exactly. It's
you're stuck with it. I think I had some years where I tried to sort of, yeah, now I'm too old for games, I'm gonna do some adult stuff, but whatever, it's actually more fun with kids to do games than to do yeah, most other stuff I can think of, actually. So yeah,
that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, yeah, I haven't anything more I wanted to tell about this particular game. It is what it is.
Yeah, it's a Flash game, and it's a very well put together Flash game.
Yeah,
and I gotta say, I gotta thank you for making this, because this game I had a lot of fun with this game in my childhood. Like,
yeah, I'm really happy to hear that. I mean, I never thought it would. I mean, yeah, I was, as I said, just amazed that anyone has any sort of, memory with it at all.
Well, when you make something amazing like this, people are going to have memories with it.
Yeah, you're too kind. But yeah.
Okay, I think that's pretty much it for this video.
Yeah.
I'll leave. David actually has a website. I'll leave that in the description. I'll leave his Twitter in the description and all that stuff. You can go follow him. But yeah, if you like this video, please feel free to subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. And yeah, any last words?
Well, I'm glad you had me on here. It was a pleasure to see this old game again and share some.
I'm really honored to have
some of the. I mean, actually, the main reason I wanted to do this was actually to share those secret codes, because I really wanted to. I mean, I had them, and we never shared them, and now's the time.
I'm glad. But on my channel, this is like a world exclusive. I'm so excited.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you for sharing these.
Yeah, no problem. Happy to be here.
Yep, so yeah, like I said, feel free to subscribe and try and go out and find that secret oasis that he's talking about.
Yeah.
David is challenging you. Go out and do it. So yeah.
Yeah, special prize. See ya. Ciao.
So yeah, thanks for watching and see you next time.
Stupid dog! You made me look bad! Ooga booga booga!